Hey, man, we're live.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Do you like our new web camera? I always feel like it's... What?
What?
Nothing. You just gave me a crazy look.
Oh.
I always feel like it's nerdy when people mention their sound equipment, so that's why I'm just saving that for our Twitch friends who I think can appreciate a good camera, right?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I like
Much
it too.
better image.
It's cool.
That's true.
Better image. I was using my camera, you SOB.
Well, I know, but it was kind of grainy and...
You son
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right.
You know what? Forget it. I'm doing this solo now.
You know what? No.
What?
Let's make up and let's just get into the episode.
All right.
You ready to roll?
Episode 157. That's what this is.
Sure is. Take it away.
Welcome to episode 157 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news. I was going to say sometimes authors, because sometimes that's what... But not today.
Yeah.
Today
No,
we're
not
talking about
today.
some sexy new books.
Just us. Yeah, but that's exciting.
That is exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to hear the sexy new book theme, which
We haven't heard that in a while.
our friend Ben
Yeah.
Lehman made for
Yeah.
us, as he did all of our theme music. Yes, we're gonna dig into that a little bit later. How
Yeah.
are you? What's new?
Good. I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning.
Hi.
Are you enjoying this post-summer reading program cool down? Fancy tea party's over.
Yeah.
We're just catching our breath.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish some books.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great.
I guess this is technically our, whatever you want to call it. Our bookmark? Is that what we call it?
Sure, yeah, we can dive into that. But you know what we didn't mention? We just passed our 3-year birthday. The podcast
Who did?
originally, you
The
and
podcast?
me, the podcast. Yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
You make such a big deal about the
original,
other stuff.
The original episode dropped actually on August 21st, so a few days away. But we've done, 3 years worth of podcasts at this point.
We
so
sure have.
quite a milestone.
3 years.
You were very delicious dish Saturday Night Live there for a minute.
Which
You're
one?
like, yeah, we sure have.
Oh, yes, yeah. Talking about my sweaty books.
That's right. All right, so you want to go to the bookmark?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say I'm trying to finish some books, but really I'm trying to finish Forever Peace. But now I'm
Right.
actually sitting down and reading like chunks of it.
Okay.
So I'm almost to 60% of it.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. It got to 52%.
Yeah.
Like so it got more than halfway done.
Okay.
Of Forever Peace by Joe Haldeman.
Mm-hmm.
And the plot has suddenly revealed itself.
Okay.
So it's just kind of funny. Like it's been the first half of the book is all set up.
Okay.
And the second half of the book is like, this is what the book's about.
And
And I had been waiting. I'm like, sooner or later, this is going to turn, and I'm going to know it.
because I usually have no patience for that.
No, I was fine. It was still
Okay.
interesting, but
All
I
right.
was kind of like,
That's good.
what is this about?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right now it seems that it's about. I told you people can like basically like share consciousness.
Okay.
By jacking into like
Right.
their brains.
I remember now.
And everything.
Like the Borg.
Kind of. That's what you said last time too. But
Yeah.
they're going to use that concept is now going to be used to the idea of maybe you can make like world peace.
I see.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
All
I
right.
don't know if we'll get peace.
You don't know?
Maybe.
Okay.
So that's what.
But you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah, especially now that it has revealed itself.
Right.
Other than that, I've just been reading some comics. Can I talk about the few comics? I won't talk
Yeah,
about them
hit
long.
it.
All right. I read Green Lantern Volume 5, Test of Wills. This is the new 52.
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
I sort of petered out on those.
This is 2 volumes after Jeff Johns left during his Green Lantern
Renaissance
run. And after I read Test of Wills, and then after I was like, oh wait, when I was reading Green Lantern during Jeff Johns' run, I was also reading the other writers' Green Lantern Corps, and now there's the new Guardian. So I'm like, shoot, now I got to go back to reading like 3 different Green Lantern books all at once because you really do.
You got to go back and you got to catch Rage of the Red Lanterns.
Yeah.
You got to catch Larfleeze.
Yep.
Got his own solo for a while.
So
Too much.
I checked out a lot. I checked out all the new 52 Green Lantern, but now I might have to slow things down.
Yeah.
Here's some stuff you won't care about.
Oh, okay.
I read Bullseye's Greatest Hits. This is by Danielle Way. I say Danielle again. Daniel Way.
Okay.
And who's the artist? You don't like him? He
There's so
did
many.
that Wolverine Origins you didn't like.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
I know who.
Come
yeah,
on, man.
I can't.
Steve Dillon.
Okay.
Steve Dillon does the art.
I never wrote
Anyway,
down
it's
there.
just kind of like they're trying, these cops are trying to psychologically get Bullseye to tell them where some plutonium is.
Okay.
Kind of like Mission Impossible.
Ah.
But he's not telling them.
Right.
And he's Bullseye. Obviously, the writers definitely like Bullseye and think he's
Okay.
like super cool. But he's also like a liar and a pretty bad guy. So
Okay.
it's not for everybody. But then I read Punisher versus Bullseye because it's the same creative team.
Oh, okay.
And they had done a Punisher run.
Uh-huh.
And reading it, it's like, man, I think they might like Bullseye a little bit more than the Punisher because Bullseye, like, comes out on top. Obviously, the Punisher can't kill Bullseye, but yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I have a hot take from our last episode.
Oh wait, no.
Oh.
I read Werewolf by Night. I've started reading
Thank
Werewolf by
goodness you
Night.
got that
I'm
in
sorry,
there.
Werewolf
Okay.
by Night.
All right.
A whole bunch of. We'll talk more about it later, but things are going to get pretty heavy with Marvel's '70s monster crew.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Is it actually from this, like written in the 70s?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. These were like.
That's fun.
What happened was the comics code was like, all right, you can use vampires and werewolves now, and Marvel's like, we can use vampires and werewolves. So
Stop the presses.
you got Werewolf by Night, you got Man Thing, you've got Tomb of Dracula, and then who's the other one? There's Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
So I'm going to be reading
DC
these.
has a Frankenstein run too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, here's the hot take from last week. So last week's guest, Jesse Riles, who was on us for the Timothy Zahn spotlight,
Right.
he's read Thrawn Alliance. Neither one of us has. So I asked him to tell me what he thought. And he says as follows. Well, first he asked if I'd read and said that I was dumb because I hadn't. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Cool. Me and Jesse agree on this.
Do you?
I haven't
That's
read
nice. Well, I'm glad you guys could hit it off.
Wait, why did he say you're dumb? It doesn't matter.
Because I haven't
no,
read
it's
it.
fine.
Because I haven't read it yet.
I don't need the
That's all.
reason.
Anyway, Jesse says, it's good. It tied in 2 timelines well and did some interesting stuff between Thrawn and Vader. It did deal a bit with the Star Trek away team issues, like why are Grand Admiral Thrawn and the Dark Lord of the Sith the ones on the ground and not the thousands of soldiers and minions who are less vital and yet quite capable? That's good, because that is always a problem. Like, why are we having the leads, go down there and be the foot soldiers?
Yeah,
But
sure.
anyway, it says it did some cool stuff with Vader's internal voice, and he thought it was cool.
This is Thrawn Alliance.
Thrawn Alliances, yeah.
Yeah.
You're all about Vader's inner monologue. That's what you love about that Vader run. So maybe
There's not a lot of inner monologue with it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just
Okay.
like seeing Vader by himself and be like, man, you dummy.
Yeah.
You're so sad.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, maybe you'll be into it. All right. My bookmarked. I finished some things.
All right, tell us
So
what you finished.
I finished Keep Moving by Dick Van Dyke, which I had started last week. I got to tell you, I didn't want to read this book for a long time because I just thought it was about Dick Van Dyke being get a shower chair, because it's all about aging. But it was a lot more.
That seems insulting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was wrong because it's a lot more just about enjoying life and appreciating the moment and just wherever you are finding. So I thought actually the message really applied well,
Yeah.
regardless of what point of your life you're in. So I actually donated a copy to the library in memory of my grandpa. So that's coming in soon.
Okay.
Anyway, I finished that. I read Star Trek Boldly Go, Volume 2.
That's a comic.
This is the comic series that picks up after Beyond. It's kind of a lackluster issue. I wasn't all that into it, but
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Whatever. Let's see. I read In the Midst of Death. Okay, so this, you're familiar with Lawrence Block, Buffalo
that's a different
born
thing.
Lawrence Block. You know what I'm talking
Am
about?
I? No.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, he writes the Burglar series. He writes the Matt Scudder series. You remember Liam Neeson's Walk Among the Tombstones came out a couple years back?
Mm-hmm. No, I know Walk Among the
Okay,
Tombstones.
that's
It was the
that's a Liam Neeson is
Liam
playing
Neeson movie.
He's playing Matt Scudder in that. So, In the Midst of Death is book 3 in the Matt Scudder series. The first one, Sins of the Father, is great. I highly recommend that book. Second one, not so much. This one I also found very disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
It's I feel like Scudder. So his deal is he's a cop who made a mistake and then was sort of let off the hook for it, but couldn't live with himself. So he
yeah.
leaves the force and is basically an unlicensed PI. Essentially, people go to him when they need help. That's the basic premise. That's where he's at. He's kind of a haunted guy, getting dragged into these situations.
Right.
And so he's a great character. His interactions with the other characters are good, but the central plot in this one, all about, it's hard to tell you without giving much away, but basically just all about somebody being blackmailed and possibly set up for a murder for some weird motives. But it just could never get away from that dull story.
Oh.
So there's a lot of good writing in there, but the central story you just don't care about, or at least I didn't.
In the midst
So,
of boredom.
yeah,
That was you.
That's a better title.
That's
a
you.
better
All right.
title. Yep. I also
That was
finished
mean.
the Princess Diarist by the late Carrie Fisher. I love her stuff. I love her writing.
Yeah.
Shockaholics, great. Wishful Drinking is probably my favorite.
Right.
This was very good.
Yeah.
So this is not what I thought it was going to be.
This is the last one.
This is the last one. Yeah.
A lot of love letters to Harrison Ford in this, right?
Yes. And see, a lot of the lead up was that these are the diaries she kept while she was filming Star Wars, and those were such a small part of this. And the only diary entries we got were about her affair with Harrison Ford, which is interesting, but not what I thought the book was going to be about, and not really what I wanted it to be about.
Okay.
But I like her writing so much that I just went right along with it, and I actually thought her diary entries were, I don't know, very
Personal?
well, yeah, personal, but very poetic and
Yeah.
kind of beautiful. So even though it wasn't what I wanted it to be, I still ended up like enjoying the ride.
Okay.
So,
Good.
I haven't read her novels. I need to pick up
Her
the others.
Really? I didn't know she had fiction.
Oh yeah, she wrote Postcards from the Edge, which was made into a movie.
Huh.
That has a sequel, and she has a couple other standalone novels. So yeah, pretty prolific in the '90s, mostly with her novels.
Okay.
But they're all pretty well reviewed. Anyway, let's see. What else do I have here?
Mm-hmm. Do you need some help?
No, that's all that I
Okay.
finished. I'm currently reading a graphic novel.
Okay.
I see on Twitch Miss Music Box agrees with me on the Princess Diarist. She also was not expecting the focus to be where it was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Red Hood and the Outlaws Volume 2, part of the Rebirth.
That's who
launch.
is Artemis?
Who is Artemis?
Not what
Yeah.
is Artemis.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I almost said.
Oh.
What is Artemis?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird team. It's Jason Todd as Red Hood. It's Bizarro, like Bizarro Superman, and Artemis. So it's a different makeup, but I really enjoy the writing. So far, I'm liking the series.
All right.
And then
I mean, you've liked the Red Hood series for a while.
well,
For some reason, these Red Hood and the Outlaws.
yeah, it started really strong, and then the original like New 52 run really like went to pieces
Man.
later on, and then there was a little middle thing where Starfire was off on her own, and then it was just Red Hood and Arsenal. So
She saw the writing on the wall.
you know, it's been all right.
Okay.
And then finally, I'm reading a Star Trek: The Next Generation book called Fortune's Light
That's weird. It's
by
a
Michael Jan Friedman.
it's a Riker book.
Yeah,
I don't know. You? No, I'm kidding. I was trying to come up with a way like, oh, it's such a big surprise you read Riker.
yeah, I do like Riker. He's one of my favorites.
Okay.
I'm reading this in a little nerdy Star Trek book club with a couple of pals, so we're looking forward to that. And that's it for me.
Okay.
That is it for me. I started playing some games. I started Uncharted 2. Have you played these games?
No.
Okay. you
I'm
haven't.
gonna someday.
Well, I like it. I
All
like
right.
it so far. And what else?
Uh-huh.
Didn't I feel like I watched a movie or something. No, you know what?
What?
I started Castle Rock.
Yay.
Based on not any one particular Stephen King thing, but basically like the Stephen King books, a lot of them have this sort of central shared universe where you get little Easter eggs, little snippets from other books, and that's basically the series.
Right.
A lot of it's taking place at Shawshank, so you of course have that. It's got the main setting.
Really? They picked Shawshank?
Yeah, I noticed
All right.
some. There was some call-outs to The Shining and Cujo, and a few other little things where you could. I'm sure there was a million more, but they're little ones that you see here and there, which was pretty cool.
Right.
I watched 2 episodes.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't instantly taken with it.
I've heard so many mixed things about this show.
Yeah, I have a mixed review. I mean,
Okay.
ultimately, I'm interested in what's going on, and I think a lot of that is casting because the lead character's very compelling, and a few others
Right.
are good as well. But it didn't start great. I mean, it didn't grab me from the get-go, and it really was a long time before I was invested. And even now, I'm not like it's not as good as I wanted and hoped it to be.
Yeah. I think
So-
that's what a lot of people have been feeling.
Yeah, but it's early, so I'm going to stick with it for a while longer. I hope to get there.
Okay.
Is this one that you plan on watching?
I was, but all the mixed reviews.
Okay, yeah.
So
You might still like it.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Oh, yeah.
I did want to mention, of course, we're saddened by the loss of Aretha Franklin. And if I was going to recommend one Aretha Franklin album, I think I would go with Lady Soul. That's always been my favorite. It's got Since You've Been Gone on it, which is one of my all-time favorite songs. Just a great album. So
Right.
check that out. I also really like Think, which she does in the Blues Brothers movies.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, we've got a lot of Aretha Franklin music and biographies here in the collection. So stop in and check them out.
All right.
That's it for me.
Okay.
Shall we move on to some book news?
Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
I actually have a little news here because the Thriller Awards were announced.
Ooh, I'm on the
So-
edge of my seat.
Are you thrilled out of your mind?
Well, yeah, maybe.
All right, so here they are. These were announced at Thriller Fest recently in New York City, and they are as follows. Best Hardcover Novel, Final Girls by Riley Sager. Best First Novel, The Freedom Broker by K.J. Howe. Best Paperback Original, Grievance by Christina Bell. Best Short Story, Charcoal and Cherry by Zoe Z. Dean.
Uh-huh.
Best Young Adult Novel, The Rains by Greg Hurwitz. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Greg Hurwitz, though, he's a
Oh,
It's
The
pretty prolific.
Rains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a zombie story,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
All right. And best ebook original novel, Second Chance by Sean Black. So stop in and check any and all of those out from our collection. And would you like to move into some
Book news.
advance notices?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think I would.
Man,
What?
it's just a lot of me talking is all. Do you want to sing a little song or something?
No.
Okay. Well, thank
I
you.
can talk more about Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, sure.
His name is Jack Russell.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah. They
That's
didn't know. The guy writing him wasn't a dog person. Didn't know there was a breed of dogs called Jack Russells.
He
so
just landed on Jack
He
Russell.
landed on Jack Russell and then was like, he's also a werewolf.
That's
And
stupid.
but you know what? I read the first the
Yeah.
2 origin issues of
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night. Real good stuff, actually.
Really?
Yeah, really
okay.
really surprising.
Huh.
So anyway, that's me trying to save this podcast
Sure.
from whatever you're doing to it right now.
All right, folks, these are advanced notices, so these
Yeah.
are going to be coming to you in the next couple of months. In large print, we have a large print adaptation of Night Gaunts and Other Tales of Suspense by none other than
Oh, yeah, this looks
friend of the
scary.
library,
Scary.
Joyce Carol Oates.
Yeah.
So we have this in standard print, but now you large print aficionados will also have it in large print. Next, from Jeffrey Archer, we have Heads You Win, historical novel here. Let me tell you a little bit about it.
Heads you win.
Leningrad, Russia, 1968. Alexander Karpenko is no ordinary child, and from an early age, it's clear he's destined to lead his countrymen. But when his father's assassinated by the KGB for defying the state, he and his mother will have to escape from Russia if they hope to survive. At the docks, they're confronted with an irreversible choice. Should they board a container ship bound for America or Great Britain? Alexander leaves that... Oh, it's America or Great Britain.
Yeah.
Alexander leaves that choice to the toss of a coin.
Oh boy.
I'm not even going to say that. I hate when people... Never mind.
What?
This gives away too much. It gives away more
All
than
right.
I want to know.
All right, stop looking.
So nobody else gets
Switch.
it. Here's a bit of a scoop.
Uh-huh.
David Baldacci, you know, the Amos Decker, the Memory Man, or the King and Maxwell series, a very popular author, starting a new series.
Oh, look at
following a
that.
character called Atlee Pine.
Oh.
So this is coming out, Long Road to Mercy by
Yeah.
David Baldacci.
I feel like
Yes.
maybe when people make fun of fantasy genre character names,
Yeah.
we should go into like the thriller section.
I'm all for it.
Because
I'm
like,
all for
how
it.
is Atlee Pine any better than like Carpathia Ginger Snap?
Yeah. Well, that sounds delicious. But other than that, I don't know. Atlee Pine, an FBI special agent assigned to the remote wilds of the western United States. Ever since her twin sister was abducted by a notorious serial killer at age 5.
Uh-huh.
Jeez, David Baldacci.
Yeah, well, he's in a
Atlee
mood.
has spent her life hunting down those who hurt others, and she's the best at it. She could be one of the Bureau's top criminal profilers if she didn't prefer catching criminals in the vast wilderness of the West to climbing the career ladder in the D.C. office. Her chosen mission is a lonesome one, but that suits her just fine.
Yeah. Well, maybe it will suit the readers. I don't know what I'm saying.
Baldacci, I mean, for the sake of my job and his popularity here, I have given it several college tries to read a good David Baldacci book.
You never graduated
Man.
college.
I did.
You went to college 5 years.
Nope.
In a row.
No, I went and I graduated.
Oh, all right.
So, but I can't. I
Yeah.
don't like his writing. I've tried a few different times. I read a King and Maxwell for book club, and let me tell you, hated it.
Maybe you'll like
But I made it
Atlee
through.
Pine.
I don't think so.
No, maybe you will.
I don't think so.
Come on.
No, I don't think so.
All right. I can't make you do anything.
All right.
That's your
what's
advanced
up?
notices.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. A little peek behind the curtain.
Ooh.
Nick and I are recording a bit early.
True.
Because I gotta travel, so
Yeah.
we can't record on our normal Monday.
Yep.
So-
Friday's my day to record.
Yeah. So instead of doing the hardcover adult fiction, which wouldn't have changed much, we're gonna look at the hardcover young adult
Ooh.
fiction.
All right.
Which also doesn't change much.
Yeah, that's
You know
true,
what?
but we
It's
haven't
been-
done
it's been
it in
a
a while.
while.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to the New York Times bestsellers list.
I think we should.
We're looking at the young adult hardcover fiction to see what's made it.
Okay.
So, number 10, Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This has been here for a while.
Yeah, that's
16
familiar.
weeks.
Do you remember what's that about?
Will the Thunderhead intervene when the Scythedom spirals out of control? I
Okay.
think they kill people who are too old or commit crimes
Huh.
or something.
Okay.
They have giant scythes. They wear robes.
Right.
There's 2 of them. This is the second one. Look, I'm telling you everything I know about this book.
Okay.
Please stop questioning me.
All right.
All right.
I don't want to hassle you.
So what's next? Number
You
9
tell me.
is Leah on the Offbeat.
Ooh.
No, you say that every time I read the title, Leah on the Offbeat. And then I say, Leah faces challenges when her tight-knit group of friends starts to fracture, and you lose all interest.
Yeah, I don't want
So you
that
just
one.
need to calm down. Leah on the Offbeat. You're not the audience.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right? Fury Born is at number 8. Two girls separated by a millennium are connected
Fury
by
Born.
a prophecy. So the prophecy is the thing's connecting
The
them.
prophecy connects them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Helpful.
Mm-hmm.
The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Alice must go to her deceased grandmother's estate to rescue her mother, but I think this is like an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing.
I see.
I don't know. I'm basing it on the nonsense cover. The Hazelwood, it's just a bunch of trees and some this style of cover is everywhere.
This is the
in young
Hazelwood?
adult- The Hazelwood, I can't remember the names, like the thief, the portrayed thief, the prince thief, all these like different fantasy books all have this very similar style.
Okay.
I can't keep them straight.
Well, why would you have to?
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
Yeah?
Did you know one of us is lying
What?
and one of us is telling the truth?
Who is it?
Nick, you're dumb.
You're lying.
Oh.
I knew it.
All right. Or are you the liar?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
telling
one
the
of
truth.
us is lying.
I'm telling
That's
the
the
truth.
important thing.
Okay.
For 5 students, a detour into detention ends in murder.
Whoa.
Yeah, murder of one's time.
Unexpected.
Hey,
Yeah.
down at number 5.
Okay.
Down, but not forgotten. That's not a phrase.
No.
Turtles All the Way Down by John Green.
Yeah.
Yeah. We both tried to start this.
Yeah.
I got a third in,
Yeah.
maybe a fourth.
Yeah.
A fourth is smaller.
Yeah. Fourth is
All right, I
smaller,
only
yeah.
got a fourth into
Yeah.
Turtles All the Way Down.
Yeah. Turtles all the way down.
You finished it?
Yeah, I powered through.
All right, well, here's one I finished. At number 4, Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. Winner
Oh,
of the, what was it, Mystery?
Edgar Award.
The
Yep.
Edgar Awards, the Young Adult Edgar Award. And
Yeah.
I still don't understand why
Probably
it was up for a mystery.
probably the suspense aspect of it.
Hmm.
You know, Edgar Awards for Edgar Allan Poe, of course. So
All right. Well, here's a book I don't understand why it exists. Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel by A.W. Jantha.
What?
Poppy fights to save her family from the Sanderson sisters.
what is this?
Hocus Pocus.
A sequel to
The movie Hocus Pocus.
like the Bette Midler movie Hocus Pocus?
Yes. For the Disney movie that is now just the Disney Channel movie because it's not a good movie. It's getting a book sequel for the young adults. So I
Wow.
don't know.
Doesn't your
who
wife
di-
love this movie?
Yes, but I
So
don't.
she's the audience.
Yeah, she's the audience. but
Congratulations.
It is adults. It's
Okay.
people who were kids when I was a kid.
Okay.
And so it's just very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's getting a sequel, and I can't imagine it's any better than the movie.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Speaking of movie sequels and prequels, you still haven't read that Jurassic Park book about Bryce
Evolution-
Dallas Howard.
Yeah, Evolution of Claire.
You gonna do it?
It just didn't seem anything like the character.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, I'm going to read it sometime. Anyway, let's do number 2.
It's confusing.
Children of Blood and Bone. Hey, sorry I said let's do number 2.
Should take care of that before we start.
Oh, boy. All right. Number 2, Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adami. Zalif fights to restore magic to the land of Orisha. Okay, how's that any funnier than the other one, the Pine Tree Babblebrook girl?
Atlee Pine?
Yeah, Atlee Pine.
I don't know. Say this one again. Let me hear it.
Pine Tree Babblebrook?
That's the name, Pine Tree Babblebrook?
No, Children of Blood and Bone.
Okay.
I don't know what you were laughing at. Oh, the land of Orisha?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you guess what's number 1 at the young adult section?
The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas.
How'd you know?
It's been there since the dawn of time.
Been there for 76 weeks.
since Littlefoot's
not
mom
going
gave him
anywhere.
that tree star. Has that been on the top of the?
I not only do I appreciate the Land Before Time, I appreciate the tree star.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well,
So,
some things you never forget.
what about the things you do
One
forget?
of the all-time saddest moments in cinema history
Uh-huh.
has got to be Littlefoot's mom.
Dying?
Yes.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
No, it happens like at the first fourth of the
Yeah.
film.
It's very
first
early
third?
on, but man,
Yeah.
he doesn't understand why she won't get up. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Her death is sadder than
I'm
Bambi's
out.
mom.
Oh yeah.
Bambi's mom is just like, Mom, where are you?
But
Yeah.
I think that I could get through that, but I don't think I could get through Dumbo's mom rocking him through the bars. I
Uh-huh.
think that would just make me cry.
They're making a live action Dumbo
Oh.
with Michael Keaton and other people.
Someone's going to be like rocking Will Smith and
I don't know. They've CGI'd Dumbo
okay.
and given him like the saddest eyes you've ever seen.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Hmm.
So that's
Okay.
That's it.
Well, for all you Dumbo fans out there,
Yeah.
it's
They are
finally your
many.
day. It's finally
There
your
are
day
dozens
to
of them.
shine.
All right. That's it.
Okay.
That's it for the young adults hardcover fiction.
All right. Well, I think
New York Times bestsellers
we
list.
need some beautiful music to take us into our spotlight today.
I'll have to insert that music later
I
then.
think you will.
right.
Yeah, so our Twitch and YouTube viewers, I'm sure, really appreciate
There will
that.
be music there.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's that time. Summer reading program's over. We've got time to go look at the shelves, see what's exciting, see what's new, and find some sexy new books.
Yeah.
So take it away, my good man.
Do you want to tell people what we do?
Well, what we do is we take some time. We look at the new books that we have in the collection. We see what we're excited about. Usually it's something that we've ordered, so we've known that it's coming. But we take a look at ones that are piquing our interest. We explore them a little bit, read a little section of it, and see if it's one that we actually are going to read or not.
Right.
And I don't think our history with actually reading these has
I read
been
Batman
too-
Nightwalker.
Yeah, you did.
So, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah, and I read Star Trek Drastic Measures. So,
Well, there you go.
so that's two.
All right.
Two
Yeah,
out of
you read a Star Trek book.
30.
That was
You know.
that was a bit. Well, I read a Batman.
Yeah, I was
book.
going to say, jeez.
Whatever.
All right, why don't you go first?
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah, why don't you?
All right. So the young adult books I got, because I get the 3 young adult books, you
Yep.
get the 3 adult books.
Yep.
The young adult books I got, they all kind of feel like they're in a mood.
Oh.
Like they're all in a shared mood. So
Well,
let's
you're
see if we
moody.
can figure it out.
Okay.
I'm moody. How dare you?
What?
The first book I've got is called, whoa, sorry.
That's all right.
I've moved things all around. The first book I've got is called Notes from My Captivity by Kathy Parks.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Okay.
Adrienne Cahill cares about 3 things: getting into a great college, becoming a revered journalist like her idol, Sidney DeClay,
And stamp collecting.
and making her late father proud of her.
Sorry, I made a stamp collecting joke when it was about a dead father.
Yeah, you're a
I
monster.
I didn't know that's
So
where it
when-
was. I didn't know where it was going.
So when Adrienne is offered the chance to write an article that could get her into her dream school and debunk her foolishly optimistic stepfather's claim, no belief, that a legendary family of hermits is living in the Siberian wilderness, there's no questions what she's going to fly across the world.
Okay.
After all, it's the trip of a lifetime.
sure is.
But the Russian terrain is even less forgiving than Adrienne. And when the disaster strikes, nothing, not the flirtatious guide or her stepdad's obsessively detailed preparations, can protect Adrienne from sheer force of nature. Well, I went
Ooh.
cross-eyed there for a second. Now she's being held captive by the family she was convinced didn't exist.
Whoa.
And her best hope for escape is to act like she cares about befriending them, even if it means wooing the youngest son. Sharp and sensitive, Kathy Parks' Notes from My Captivity is darkly funny and thought-provoking. Novel about survival,
Yeah, it sounds
the human
hilarious.
condition, and the power of shape of your own journey.
Wow.
Listen,
Wow, you went dark.
yeah. So look at the cover.
Yeah?
I mean, it's just it's
It's a good cover. It is a good
It's
cover.
the number. What do you? It's Roman, not Roman.
hash marks.
Yeah, it's hash marks, but it's trees.
Yeah, tree hash marks.
So has she written anything else? Lifeboat, click.
Click.
Shut up. Let's just move on right there.
No, I want to read click.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna read the first. I'm gonna read from the first
yeah,
chapter.
give us a little
All right.
taste.
There's a little 4-line poem here at the beginning.
Well.
I have a family, and they have me. They have me. They have me. Creepy.
I want to put a pin in that because I have a question to ask you when you're done with this. So help me remember.
What are we putting the
Help me
pin in?
Talking about the little poem at the beginning.
Okay. My mother puts a lot of stock in dreams. She says she dreamed of me before I was born, knew the color of my eyes and hair. She named me Adrienne in her sleep, and that's the name she gave me when I came along, blonde-haired and blue-eyed just as she predicted. The night I lost my father, she dreamed a heart monitor line went flat. But I'm not a superstitious person or one inclined to believe in the magical or supernatural. So I'm not alarmed, just annoyed when, the morning my stepfather and I are leaving for our trip, Mom wakes from a nightmare about what will happen to us in Siberia.
I did not like that. It felt It felt very like YA in a bad way to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like goofy and a little too
You're so judgy.
low. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
thought
all right.
I thought that was the whole point.
I look at
Snap
my
judgments.
stepfather submerged under the water and begin to scream.
Oh my gosh.
Somewhere in the back of my mind, I know that screaming is the worst thing I can do.
Spoiler
that I
alert.
need to be as silent and invisible as the beast and the humans in the woods, or they will follow my voice as well as my scent and find me here, defenseless. I don't care. I scream until I am hoarse, and then I finally stop, exhausted. That's the first couple lines of part 2.
I feel like you gave away a major.
You don't
Plot
know. He
point.
might be fine.
He might be fine.
I'm submerged underwater sometimes.
Are you really?
Pretending to be like a dolphin.
Oh, trying to get your
Well, I mean,
tub to drain.
Just swimming. That's funny.
Thank you.
And personal.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Nick pooped his pants until he was 32. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. All's fair. I said your tub is a slow drain. You said I was a pants pooper for my first 3 decades on Earth. It's totally fair.
Listen.
It's totally comparable.
Listen, it's okay because one of us is lying.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks to one of our Twitch viewers here, HG Editor reminds me that I was going to ask you a
the
question
poem.
about
Yeah.
a poem. So here's my question. Often novels will have
a beginning poem.
A poem
Yeah.
at the beginning, or maybe like each part, or maybe each chapter. Do you read them?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
And does it affect the way you experience that
It depends.
book or that chapter?
It's a case-by-case situation.
I don't know. I think I don't like willingly be like, no, I'm not going to read it. But I don't really pay much attention to it.
All right.
You know, I never am like, yes, I'm going to take this
It's,
in.
it's setting the
as a-
mood.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Books don't have music, so sometimes I got to put poems
Sometimes
at the
you got to put a
beginning.
poem at the beginning.
Like,
I
oh,
don't
this is
know. I'm not a
melancholy
fan.
now.
I don't really like it.
All right.
I don't when it's like when I start a book and I open the page and it's like a big long thing and it's like Albert Einstein. I'm like, I don't want to read. I want to read an Einstein quote before I start this
Why?
novel. I don't know. I just don't want to.
Sometimes the quotes are interesting.
Maybe they are.
Like when Einstein's like, the greatest threat to humanity is humanity itself.
Did Einstein say that?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Thanks,
It's a
man.
pretty good quote.
Quote me.
If Einstein didn't say it, we can attribute that to you.
Yeah,
So
all right.
You better
Dibs.
fingers crossed that Einstein did not say that. All right. First for me, Nick,
Yeah.
I have Macbeth by Joe Nesbo.
Hey, don't say that anymore.
Macbeth?
Stop it.
Oh, sorry.
You've ruined the podcast.
Well, we're not in a play.
Oh, is podcast not a? Is this not an act of play? No, wait, not an act of play.
interesting.
An act of theater.
Listen, I
Nick
was
is not even close to this kind of a person off mic. He's mean. He's belligerent. He swears a lot.
Is this still about your bathtub?
Sorry.
Some people have slow drains.
Sorry.
It's not a.
One of us is lying.
You're right. But I worked in dinner theater for several years, and
Okay.
this was taken very seriously. And someone jokingly said it, and they made him like go out and do this ritual.
Right.
Otherwise, the play was doomed.
He had to throw salt
and the
in
play
his
was
eyes.
Grease, so it was already.
Yeah, he was already in
It
trouble.
was a 50-50. Anyway.
They
so
took that
this
seriously
is-
in a college play. College plays.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, don't say it." I'm like,
Yeah, I don't.
Macbeth.
Wow, look at you. Look at
Yeah.
you. All right. Do the ritual.
Oh, no.
Go
Salt in my
outside.
eyes.
Okay. Macbeth by Joe Nesbo. So this actually is an adaptation of Macbeth by Bill Shakespeare, written by Joe Nesbo, author of the Harry Hole series, of which I'm not a fan.
Oh, you're not a fan of the Harry Hole series?
No, but I've only read The
Or
Bat.
Macbeth.
I've only read The Bat, which is the first book written, but it is not the first book that was translated into English.
That's the Snowman. the first one?
That's an early one.
All right.
Snowman comes later in the
Frosty
series. Snowman, which
Returns.
was turned into a movie with Michael Fassbender that no one saw.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, people love that series.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really a fan of the character. It's a little too dark. But anyway, this adaptation of Macbeth, for some reason, like I ordered it
Uh-huh.
special because it wasn't part of the regular series, so we had to order it outside of standing order. And then it comes in, and I'm always intrigued by it. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't particularly like the story of Macbeth. I mean, I like it, but I'm not. I got to run out and watch every version of Macbeth. But for some
all right.
reason, I mean, I like the cover. I think it's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Just a rail depot, somebody just walking down the street, looks a little down on his luck, looks like it's an industrial area.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say Cleveland because of the faded glory.
What about Detroit?
No, because there's a working train.
Wow. Jeez.
All right.
Somebody did not enjoy RoboCop.
All right. Blood will be paid for in blood.
What?
Blood will be paid for in blood.
Well, that makes sense.
Albert Einstein. Just kidding. He didn't say that. Set in the 1970s in a rundown, rainy industrial town of your choosing, I guess.
Yeah.
Joe Nesbo's Macbeth centers on a police force struggling to shed an incessant drug problem. Duncan, chief of police with a stupid name, is idealistic and visionary. A dream to the townspeople, but a nightmare for criminals. The drug trade is ruled by two drug lords, one of whom, a master of manipulation named Hecate, has connections with the highest in power and plans to use them to get his way. Hecate's plot, which I'm probably not saying that right,
No.
hinges on steadily, insidiously manipulating Inspector Macbeth, the head of SWAT, and a man already susceptible to violent and paranoid tendencies. What follows is an unput-downable story of love, guilt, political ambition, and greed, exploring the darkest corners of human nature and the aspirations of the criminal mind. I should not be surprised because this brother likes his dark stories. So
He does.
here we go.
Yes.
He does. Part 1, Chapter 1. The shiny raindrop fell from the sky through the darkness towards the shivering lights of the port below. Cold, gusting northwesterlies drove the raindrops over the dried-up riverbed that divided the town lengthwise and disused railway line that divided it diagonally. The 4 quadrants of the town were numbered clockwise. Beyond that, they had no name.
Mm-hmm.
No name the inhabitants remembered, anyway. And if you met those same inhabitants a long way from home and asked them where they came from, they were likely to maintain they couldn't remember the name of the town either. The raindrop went from shiny to gray as it penetrated the soot and poison that lay in a constant lid of mist over the town, despite the fact that in recent years the factories had closed one after the other. Despite the fact that the unemployed could no longer afford to light their stoves. In spite of the capricious but stormy wind and the incessant rain that some claimed hadn't started to fall until the Second World War had ended by 2 atom bombs a quarter of a century ago. In other words, around the time Kenneth was installed as police commissioner, from his office on the top floor of Police HQ, Chief Commissioner Kenneth had been misruled the town. He had then misruled the town with an iron fist for 25 years, irrespective of who the mayor was and what he was or wasn't doing, or what the powers that be were saying or not saying over in Capitol, as the country's second largest and once most important industrial center sank into the quagmire of corruption, bankruptcies, crime, and chaos. It's it's weird. I too bumped on the name Kenneth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What did you think? Dull?
I think you need to watch yourself in a place where Police Commissioner Kenneth.
Police Commissioner Kenneth. I know. It was pretty funny. But I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be a difficult book to read. I mean, it's written in kind
of a lot of big words in there.
Well, no, it's just written in kind of a clunky way, which is, I think is a stylistic choice. But
also it's translated, right?
Yes, it is translated.
And translated from Norwegian?
I can't remember where
just
Jonas goes from.
Yeah.
Come
on.
I don't know.
Give up the information.
Nordic crime fiction, it says. So, yeah.
So,
anyway.
I wonder how, like, that is to translate.
Yeah.
You know, as somebody who's translated before.
With the James Pattinson
book
that you were working on.
Yes,
for years now, it seems like.
My Father's Lies and Other Stories,
long-time listeners will remember that Eric was dragged into a convoluted process.
Ghost writing.
He's translating.
Translating, editing. From
He's been
Dutch.
very shaky with the details. But
Dutch into Japanese, into English, back into Dutch.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
I am intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
You should also watch Throne of Blood by Akira Kurosawa.
You think so?
Yes, it's a samurai retelling of Macbeth.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
All right.
I don't know if you like
it. Okay. Go ahead.
Trying to decide.
Yours is up.
All right. So, which one do I want to pick? I guess I'll just pick the one here on the top.
Do it.
Contagion.
Make it happen.
This is not the This is not the book based on the Matt Damon movie. Matt Damon was in it.
It's Matt Damon.
I don't know. Look, the cover says, "Help is light years away." Ooh, is this a space book? I don't know anything about this. All right, so this book is called Contagion. What do you think of the cover? It's cool.
I kind of like it. It looks a little 90s, maybe.
90s? What 90s were you growing up in?
A little bit. The regular ones. The ones that you were as well.
Yeah, all right. All right, so it got in us. After receiving an urgent SOS from a work detail on a distant planet, a skeleton crew is dispatched to perform a standard search and rescue. Is this like a quarantine on a spaceship book? Most are dead.
That's pretty good.
But when the crew arrives, they find an abandoned site littered with rotten food, discarded weapons, and dead bodies.
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't set foot here again.
Wouldn't dream of it.
As they try to piece together who or what could have decimated an entire operation, they realize that some things are best left buried, and some monsters are only too ready to awaken.
Do you like it? Oh, that was okay. That was just the synopsis.
That was the synopsis.
Okay, I thought you were diving right in. All right.
It's got a little italicized.
Do you look at the maps? Let me ask you that. Do you look at the maps?
Heck yes. I look at the maps and I go back to the maps.
I see.
Every time I'm like, oh, where are they now? Oh, wow, they're far. They're closer now.
Is that true? Do you do that?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever in my life thought of those, but anything but like decoration for the inside of the book.
Yeah. I don't know if it started with the Jurassic Park books because Crichton would put those in.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantasy books, I'm like, oh, cool. That's where they are.
As
Look
Wendy,
at that. They must have taken that road.
As Wendy Corsi Staub was saying when she was here, like for her trilogy, she was like married to that map. Like she had to go back and look and see like would it make sense for them to get to here to there. So she actually used it as a writing tool. Yeah. So I know some people do, but I think the only thing that I ever like go back to is like Ken Follett's Century Trilogy has characters in the beginning and it has them like arranged by family. So sometimes it's sort of like, how are these two connected?
Right.
And I find that helpful.
All right.
Anyway, Space Contagion.
Althea Sadik had barely finished positioning a new slide on the microscope stage when the evacuation alarm blared, reverberating through Northwood Point. "Red alert!" someone shouted behind her, as if distinctly red-colored lights flashing across the research lab's metallic counters didn't communicate just that. A more helpful response would have been what red alert meant. Thea ranked her memory. What had the company officials said in orientation? Red signified a breach in the ice sheet? A fire? No. Inclement weather. That was it. The radio had been crackling about brewing Arctic storm all morning, and Northwood Point was finally being evacuated. 2 storms had blown through the base, and in 4 weeks since Thea arrived, but neither had required a evac. This weather system must be unusually dangerous.
Sounds like it.
Uh-huh. Anything? Any reaction?
I mean, the premise is interesting. The writing didn't really do much for me. I don't know.
All right. Well, I don't want to spoil. Part 4 is called The Grave, so things aren't showing what Toby thought might be her first bit of foresight since landing. Dylan refused to leave Sullivan and the doctor without transportation. The result was a very crowded ride to the drilling site. Anything? I'm going to read this.
Are you?
Yeah, you monster.
You're making an official commitment.
Yeah.
To all the books. All right, all the books listeners and viewers, please hold Eric to reading Contagion by who again?
By Erin Bowman.
Erin Bowman.
She's written something else, though I
Erin
don't know.
Bowman's Contagion.
Erin is also the author of the Taken trilogy. The Taken trilogy?
I don't know.
It must be something else. Vengeance Road and Retribution Rails.
Okay.
So, there you go. She
All
lives
right.
in New Hampshire. Hey, neighbor. Well, neighbor to me, back home. Like, my neighbor 20 years ago.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how long has it been?
Leave me alone.
Sorry. Oh, it's me now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you get in the game?
All right. Well, I am a sucker for these hard case crime imprint. Are you familiar with the hard case crime imprint?
Yeah, I'm not feeling comfortable putting that image on the screen, but here it goes. Sorry, everybody.
Well, if you're not familiar, the hard case crime imprint takes books by...
Talk about this faster.
takes books by... legendary authors. This one that I'm looking at here is by Mickey Spillane, but it takes some things that were maybe published under a pseudonym, or things that were never published in their lifetime, or things that were published and never got much attention, and it puts them out in a nice noir, usually sexy cover, as Eric is uncomfortably
no, it's fine.
pointing out.
Just hurry up.
And this one was released to coincide with the 100th birthday of Mickey Spillane. It was finished just before his death in 2006. So here is the synopsis. A tarnished former cop goes on a crusade to find a politician's killer and avoid the .45 caliber slug with his name on it. A pilot forced to make an emergency landing in the desert finds himself at the center of a struggle between FBI agents, unsavory fortune hunters, and the local Indian tribe to control a mysterious find that could mean wealth and power or death. 2 substantial new works filled with Spillane's muscular prose and the gorgeous women and two-fisted action the author was famous for. Topped off by an introduction from Max Allan Collins describing the history of these lost manuscripts and his long relationship with the writer who was his mentor, his hero, and for much of the last century, the best-selling author in the world. So this is mostly The Last Stand by Mickey Spillane.
The prose is hard drinking. It has a smoker's growl.
A liver like you wouldn't believe. And
muscular prose.
It also includes the novella A Bullet for Satisfaction. And I don't know why I pronounce novella so weirdly.
Yeah, or bullet.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I'm not going to sit here
what was
and
I
say
going to
that.
ask? Oh, bullet with your name. That would take a lot.
Like the man with the golden gun.
Well, like somebody like sitting down and like you have to write their full name on a bullet.
Okay.
It's just going to take a while.
All
It's
right.
very thoughtful is what I'm saying.
All right. This is chapter 1 of The Last Stand by
Bullet
Mickey
with-
Spillane.
all right, Mickey Spillane.
Chapter 1. The Belmont Hotel was really jumping.
Yeah.
Everything had happened so fast. How could just one death raise such a commotion? Maybe it was just this mid-sized city. Maybe it was the way people reacted to these things. Or
Maybe it was
he
a
was
Kennedy.
just a damn big man, so that any way you looked at it, something big had happened. And big things have to be handled in a big way. We pushed our way through the mob. The reporters didn't waste any time making the scene, looking like flies seeking a dead animal to light on as they headed for the stars. A couple of uniformed police were having a hell of a time keeping the press boys back. I walked up to the
Hell of a
detective in
time.
charge. Where? Upstairs, Captain Dexter, second floor, room 224. After answering me, he removed a handkerchief from his pocket and wiped the sweat from his forehead.
Yeah, you'd have
I
to.
motioned for one of the detectives with me to take over, to give the guy a break. We skipped the elevator and took the stairs. When I opened the door of room 224, my partner, Fred Jenkins, was already there handling things. He walked up to me and gave me a tired smile. "How's it coming?" I asked, already knowing the answer. "Not much to go on yet, Captain. It'll be a tough one. The guy had his share of enemies. Any of them could have taken him down. He was a big one, all right." I don't know.
right. Yeah.
Feels pulpy. Feels old.
Yeah.
You know.
I felt like I was at a gym.
Did
It was
you?
so
'Cause it was so
muscular.
muscular. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Do you want me to keep talking about it so you're forced to leave this uncomfortable picture up, or should I stop? All right.
I'm fine.
You are? Cool.
The human
All
body is a beautiful. All right. The
All
book
right.
I've got.
All right.
I Am Still Alive by Kate Alice Marshall. So there you go. We've got Contagion. We've got Notes from My Captivity, and I Am Still Alive. Even looking at the covers is like, hey, YA.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Sad covers.
I don't know. I mean, here you go.
I kind of like it.
Just lonely wilderness.
Yeah.
People seeming like they're dying. Oh, this kind of does the summary thing like Contagion.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this says it's Hatchet meets The Revenant.
Ho ho ho.
Infused with fierce, undaunting girl power.
And
oh,
a
S.A.
bear.
Bodine,
And a bear.
author of The Raft. No, that would be The Revenant.
Oh.
So when you say it's like The Revenant, I think you're assuming there's a bear.
Oh, I
Let's
see.
find out. After.
And a small bear. Oh.
Jess is alone. Her cabin is burned to the ground. She knows if she doesn't act fast, the cold winter will kill her before she has time to worry about food.
She should climb in a bear.
But she is still alive for now.
Okay.
Before, Jess hadn't seen her survivalist off-the-grid dad in over a decade, but she was still healing from the car crash that killed her mother when she had to move her cabin to the remote Canadian wilderness.
Okay.
Just as Jess was beginning to get to know him, a secret from his past
Oh.
paid them a visit,
They were just-
leaving her father dead and Jess stranded.
They were just clicking.
After, with only her father's dog for company, oh boy, Jess must forage and hunt for food, build shelter, and keep herself warm. Some days it feels like the wild is out to destroy her, but she's stronger than she's ever imagined. Jess will survive. She has to. She knows who killed her father, and she wants revenge.
I think I speak for everyone when I say, just tell us if the dog lives.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I want to know.
Yeah. Well, the book is called I Am Still Alive. Maybe I Am is the
I
dog's
knew the
name.
Dog. Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Come here, I Am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could find out that the narrator the whole time was actually the
Was
dog.
the dog. Yeah.
Pretty good. That'd be a good twist.
I'm alone.
You know what? If that's a dog narrator, I'll read it with you, buddy.
I'm alone. I don't have much food. The temperature is dropping.
That could all
no
be a
one
dog.
is coming for me.
Could be a dog.
It will be winter soon, and there are so many ways to die out here.
Yep.
If the cold doesn't get me, the hunger will.
Yep.
If the hunger doesn't get me, the cold will, or some wild animal, or those men will come back. But I'm not dead yet, and someone should know. Someone should know what happened, so I'm writing it down as best I can.
Oh, darn it. Until he started writing, that could have been the
it
dog.
could have been the dog, but
Oh,
but it's a person now.
That
Postable
is
thumbs.
disappointing. That
In
is
pieces.
disappointing.
Because the way it's in my head, all tangled up.
Yeah.
There are two beginnings to this story. One of them is on the tarmac in Alaska. The other standing on a lake shore with the rain falling on me like mist. The cabin's timbers smoldering, sullen and red. I'll tell you both stories. What happened before my father died and what happened after. And when I'm done or when I'm too weak to write anymore, I'll leave this notebook where the cabin was. If someone comes looking for us, for me, maybe they'll find it. So if you're reading this, I'm probably dead. But for a while, I
Gosh,
survived.
That poor dog.
My name is Jess Cooper, and I am still
am a dog.
alive.
But still alive. Wow, good for that dog.
I'll probably
Good for
read
that
that.
dog. You will?
Yeah. I like those kind of stories.
It's like sci-fi, right? How else can a dog write?
That's stupid.
No need. There's no need. To
No,
say that.
I'm probably going to read that because it started with my side of the mountains and the hatchets and whatnots.
Yeah.
But I like those kind of books.
Yeah, you got me into Hatchet. Now I've read all of Brian's saga.
Yeah.
I'm better than you.
Hey. All right. Why don't you get on to something that's like really weird, like just a strange book from a strange author.
Okay.
All right.
My final pick for the sexy
Hey,
new book club is
No TV stars who then like transition to movies, okay?
Well,
Oh, you could do a TV star who has like a band who's done musical CDs. That's okay.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So as long as it's a TV star who also has a band,
Yeah.
I can. Okay.
Provided they weren't in the X-Files.
I just. I'm sorry. I have no other options.
Yeah,
I
all
have
right.
to discuss Miss Subways by Robert Duchovny himself, David Duchovny, everyone.
What? Robert? I don't get that.
Emer is just a woman living in New York City who takes the subway, buys ice cream from the bodega on the corner, has writerly aspirations, and lives with her boyfriend Khan. But is this life she lives the only path
Sorry.
she's on? Taking inspiration from the myth of Emer and Cuchulian and featuring an all-star cast of mythical figures from around the world, David Duchovny's darkly funny fantasy novel Miss Subways is one woman's trippy, mystical journey down parallel tracks of time and love.
Okay.
On the way, Emer will battle natural and supernatural forces to find her true voice, power, and destiny. A fairy tale of love.
Okay,
Sorry.
why-
Fairy tale of love
What are you, a
lost
ladies'
and
man?
regained. Miss Subways is also a love letter to the city that enchants us all.
Uh-huh.
Cleveland. Just kidding. It's New York. It's New York. It's New York.
Yeah.
David Duchovny has also written a book called Holy Cow and Bucky Effing Dent.
And the X-Files, Mulder's Big Adventure.
Mulder's Big Adventure. Yeah, it's a YA.
Yeah.
You know what? Here we
What?
go.
All
Part
right.
1, we have a little
Preamble?
quote. Here it
All
is.
right, yeah.
Even now I can sit in the subway and look up at the ads and close my eyes, and there's Miss Subways. She wasn't the most beautiful girl in the world, but she was ours.
Albert Einstein.
Ed Koch. No.
Oh.
Close. So that one's relevant because that's where the
It's a Subway
Miss
girl.
Subways. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Subway
we go.
girl.
Here we go.
Living in a subway car.
On March...
Sorry.
Emer.
Sorry.
On March 20th at 6:30 p.m., Emer Gunnels sat on the Lexington Avenue IRT line subway deep below Manhattan, hurtling down the future, hopefully making a stop at 96th Street as well.
What? That's where you stop.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know.
You don't know what's there.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
Thirsty?
it's a lame joke. It was kind of a dad joke to make. She
Huh.
tried to avert her
Yeah, he's
gaze
a young
from
man. He
any
should make
man.
those.
She didn't consider herself beautiful, but she had something some men sometimes liked. Sometimes, some men. Like she was in on the
Huh.
big joke. A blue-green refraction in her eyes of some charismatic, universal, light-hearted melancholy, like she saw things at a distance, a gently ironic remove. She dabbled in yoga. She could sometimes be found on a Stairmaster or a stationary bike. She was a New Yorker.
Listen, if this is just a novelization of the newspaper comic Kathy,
Yeah.
just say that and I'll read it.
Okay.
But you don't have to go all around.
Let me look at the next thing.
All right.
Ack. Oh, no. Oh, no. Paragraph 2. Here, in the simulated captivity of a subway car, it seemed that the male imperative to gaze unapologetically at the female was a creepy game of chicken.
Huh.
The man spreading lip-licking...
Ugh.
Now, these were men who would never act this way up in the disinfecting light of the street, but
Yeah.
down in the subway, confined, these same males reverted to a kind of primal, almost prison-like dominance-testing behavior.
Sure.
It's like a big game reserve underground, she thought.
Huh.
Every day down here was like a new Stanford experiment. I don't know.
Well, you like Woody Allen movies.
Yeah.
There you go.
You think this is like a Woody Allen movie?
It feels like he's trying to write a Woody Allen character.
I feel like he's trying to write. I feel like he's trying too hard.
Yeah, well, I didn't say
just
was-
doesn't-
Yeah.
It doesn't feel natural at all.
Yeah.
It might settle in once you get
Yeah.
there, but
What's that new show by the Gilmore Girls person? The Mabel?
Miss Maisel,
Yeah.
Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
I
don't
can't
know.
tell you anything about it.
I'm just getting
I'm
all
sorry.
that kind of vibe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe David Duchovny's just a very quirky person, and he's just putting himself into these pages.
Could be.
Maybe he's tired of being
Yeah,
stared at
I
like he's
don't-
on a game preserve.
I don't like this. I feel like reading this might make me not like David Duchovny, so I don't think I should read it.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Get over
I don't know.
yourself.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just feel like not working.
All right.
Not working for me.
Well, one of us is lying, and the truth is out there.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, that was an easy one. I feel bad for that.
Yeah,
I
it was.
apologize
It
to
was. You
everybody
didn't
for
even
making that
try.
joke.
You didn't even try.
So, all right. So you're not going to read Miss Subway by David Duchovny.
Probably not. My
You're-
wife probably will. She loves David Duchovny.
The first one was what?
The first one today was Macbeth by Joe Nesbo.
No, what was the second one?
The second one was The Last Stand.
You're not going to read The Last Stand.
I don't know. I might.
Okay.
But like all
Are
the
you gonna
X-Men
read
lose their
Macbeth?
powers and stuff.
Yeah, I
It's
know. It's
kind of a
annoying. Yeah.
cool-
They really
I don't
don't
know.
treat Rogue with any
No,
respect.
they don't. No, they don't. As a
So,
character,
yeah.
absolutely not.
So-
I don't know. I honestly, I kind of, yeah. I might read Last Stand because I like the hard case crime
Yeah.
imprint, and I might read Macbeth.
I'm 2 for 3.
Okay.
I'm probably going to read
well,
two
me
of
too.
those.
That's what I said.
Well, I might read the third one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to read whichever one of
Those
those.
for my
You're
captivity.
not going to read.
I might read all 3 of them.
Well, then I'll read 4 of them.
Maybe the mood they're in is the mood I'm always in. So, dark.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's a really funny joke.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Why don't you?
Let's move on to some library news.
Yay.
All right. Well, I can tell you that the book clubs are currently reading Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, who is also J.K. Rowling in real life.
J.K.
And coincidentally,
Uh-huh.
J.K. Rowling is also J.D. Robb, who is also Nora Roberts.
Yeah.
All the same person,
Yeah.
folks.
Who's also R.L. Stein.
You're hearing, yes, you're
Yeah.
hearing it here for the first time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. R.L. Stein is Kilroy.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I feel like we should point out that none of that's true except for J.K. Rowling is Robert Galbraith.
Right.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. I'm
That's the only
Kilroy.
thing. Cuckoo's Calling, first of the Cormoran Strike books. So please join us for the book club on that. That is going to be led solo by Miss Kate, the children's librarian, who is a big J.K. Rowling fan.
She's a big Harry Potter fan. Let's see if she can stay
She's
at
read
J.K.
these.
Oh, she has. Okay.
She's read them, yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
these books.
So if you want to join the book club
Yeah.
but don't like me personally, this is really the one to go to because I will be visiting the Cohocton Library on that
Finally
day.
a book club I can attend. No, I'm not reading this. No, which one am
September
I signed up
5th,
for?
everyone, 3:30. Eric and I are going to be leading a book
This
club
one.
together on A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Tolls.
Yeah. When is this?
Late September.
Okay, good. I got time.
The very next book club we're doing is Blue Heaven by C.J. Box, and that one
West
is set for
Virginia.
August 21st. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, what about you? Anything you want to mention?
I'm
Library
reading
side of
A
things?
Gentleman in Moscow
Are you really?
for the book
With
club.
me.
No, I
That's
haven't
gonna be
started
great.
it yet, but yeah, I'm going to read that. What's the other one I'm signed up for? Well, maybe I'm not. Somebody else signed up for the Dead Zone, but I'm still going to read it.
Yeah.
That's our
you
Halloween
also
read.
signed up for One Shot, the Jack Reacher book.
No, that
Lee
doesn't seem
Child.
right.
You
Who
did.
that?
I
Did
don't
you
know
do
why
that
you.
to me?
I didn't.
Boo.
You just signed up for it.
No, not much. I mean, we've got like school starts, and then we're gonna have our program. So
Right.
like programs will be starting
We're
back
in a
up
lull.
after Labor Day. So we're just planning around some stuff. But we're
Great.
showing Sherlock Gnomes.
Yeah.
Which
Which I weirdly liked.
yeah,
So, you
the
know.
7th. We're showing Sherlock Gnomes September 7th.
Okay.
So I guess that's kind of some news.
Yeah.
Hey, am I
guess
losing
it
my
is.
voice?
A little
You
bit.
Wish. You
Why
wish.
would I
and
wish
then
that?
this podcast could be all yours.
Why would I wish that?
And then I'm your Roz.
Hey, Jesse, it's Nick. Eric's losing his voice, so come on back.
Look, I wouldn't mind being Roz.
You wouldn't?
No.
Huh. Are you
The
wry
Roz.
enough?
Am I
Do
what?
you have that kind of wit?
Yes. Do I have the wit like Roz?
Oh.
No, I guess I'm more, the brother.
Gil.
Oh, my God. No, shut up. All right.
Kenny.
Sorry. Okay. Hi,
Yeah,
Roz.
that's pretty good.
Who's that? That's... Who am I thinking?
I don't know.
The Star Trek fan.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen Frasier in a long time. My wife and I are watching Cheers, though,
Ugh.
and we finally got to
No,
the
I'm
Frasier
sorry, I did that.
episodes. So
Nice.
it's pretty fun. I
I'm
love
sorry I
Cheers.
did
You're
that.
crazy.
I'm
for not
sorry.
liking
Yeah, I'm
Cheers.
sorry.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
And on the note of Eric not liking Cheers,
Hey,
we
I'm
say
sorry.
so long.
Anything else you want to say to the Twitch people?
I don't know. Did you like the new camera? Could you tell the difference? Does Eric look better or worse in more
What
high def?
the heck?
I just want to know.
Okay. Hey, does Nick look dumber?
Why would I don't think the def
One
I don't
of
think the
us
level of
is
definition
lying.
would make me look
I
better.
need to
or-
end the stream.
Oh, okay.
Because you got an interview and I got stuff. To
I
do.
sure do. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Tell your friends.